Alrighty, and here's the video review for Beast Hunter's Voyager PREDAKING. I'm trying to get them all in the camera frame here. There's his feet down there, and the tips of his wings up there. Now, when you get him in the package, and a lot of the promo shots have his wings in robot mode, sitting down here like this, kind of coming off of his waist like that. And there's nothing technically wrong with that, although that's when you transform for the first time, you find out that like the hinges down here, that's where his wings sit in dragon mode. They sit more naturally along his back down there. I like to bring him up here like he's kind of got bat wings or something to help him fly. Dragon wings, you can do whatever you want, obviously, but in the way the hinges work, I just think they look better higher up on his back. I think they look better up here. Like he could use them to float and fly in robot mode. But it really is entirely up to you. And one of the things that I think is funny, and since one, you'll notice I'm starting him off here in robot mode because there are a couple things that are weird that don't seem as weird going from dragon to robot mode that I want to make sure I point out. It'll freak you out. But here he is with the Voyager Optimus Prime. They look really cool. They look nicely matched. And what I think is funny, and I pointed out on Twitter earlier today, is that so far the two Beast Hunters Voyagers we have gotten both have wings, both come with a sword, and both come with like dual blasters. So they're evenly matched. Flight, slice and dice, and dual cannons on both of these guys. So yeah. Also, you can see I painted some detailing work on Optimus, just in case you missed that. Some of my pictures and stuff. But there's a quick robot mode comparison of the two of them, and they do look like they're worthy opponents for each other. Here is Wheeljack with PREDAKING there, just to give you an idea of the size here. So yeah. That's how I do it. Now the blaster here I've just got pegged into the side. You can peg, they peg together and they've got joined gears. The heads kind of are on these little, it's how you launch the missiles actually. When you push them all the way down, it launches the missile, as you can see. You just open the head up, push the missile in, and again when you push it, you pull it back here and you can extend the head, and then when you push just a little bit hard on the lever, it launches the missile out of the launcher. So yeah. And then, but there's a jointed gear here. You can kind of see the gray gear inside there. So when you snap them together into the dual launcher, one, you want to make sure that they're both in the same position. You can launch them both at the same time, which is kind of cool. It gives you a dual blaster there. And again, that can peg, and you can peg them in individually. Although again, when they're geared together, they're a little bit, they'll stay in a position. Like you can keep them straight out, and they'll pretty much stay straight out when they're geared together. When they're separated, they're very loose, and trying to hold, like you can see, trying to keep it, if I can hold on to it, straight when it's upside down, or in a different position, it kind of flops around. So it's much more solid in combined blaster mode. But yeah, so those are his hydrofire heads. We'll go ahead and separate them because we're going to need those for dragon mode. But you can't attach either. You can't attach them to either arm. Right here on the posts, just like this. And there's even a little divot for his hands. Now he also comes with a sword over here, which it has two pegs here on either side of the handle, and each hand only has one peg hole. It very loosely fits the handle, and you can kind of get him to hold it, but not very solidly. It falls out very easily because, and I don't know why they didn't make this paw or this claw over here. Very easy to design this just a little bit bigger and give it a hole or a slot for the sword on this side so you could kind of clamp it between the two hands, and they didn't do that, and that makes it very difficult for him to hold this way. However, these claws are soft rubbery plastic, and there's a smaller hole on the outside. I found that if you take this peg, or either peg on either side, you can push it into the softer side of the hole in the outer hand, and he holds it very firmly. And it doesn't look super weird because he's already kind of got weird hands anyway. And that's a much better way for him to hold that sword. So that's how I do it. Much more solid this way. You can see I'm turning his hand instead of... There we go, that finally did it. It took that much effort to knock the sword out of his hand versus, you know, that much effort to knock the sword out of his hand. And like when you do it like this, sometimes it'll just fall out because it's not real solid at all. So your options there. The sword becomes his tail, so we'll go ahead and set that off to the side as well. Now to transform him, here's where it gets pretty cool, especially the lower body. You open up his chest here, just like that. You want to take the wings, fold them down, and out. Wings, what's your problem here? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, well, wings. Fold them down. Open this up. Bring the dragon head up. Rotate it around like this. And then you kind of push the head just down just far enough to disappear in here. You don't want to push it too far. And then flip this back up. So enough so that this panel comes up here. And bring the wings out. Let me see if I can't fix this wing. This wing's getting stuck here. There we go. There we go. Okay. This wing was starting to get stuck. You can kind of see it stressed it right there because it was really tight, but I fixed it, so we're good. Bring the wings up. Or actually down like this. Bring them out like this. You want to take these black horns on his shoulders, and they unpeg and they flip around like this. Bring the arms down like this. Rotate the claws and open them up. And there you've got three toes in front, 2 toes in the back. And then you've got his dragon mode claws. Here. The head rotates up. He can't open his mouth, which is kind of cool. Rah, spiky dragon head. Rah. Okay, now bring these up just to get them out of the way here. Now down here is where it gets kind of funky, because you come down here, you bring this down. On this leg, you flip this out, flip the toes around, and then foot down. You want to take the leg and you want to rotate it like this. You want to take this whole, and then take this whole waist assembly and rotate it to the side. Bring that leg down. Now on this side, you want to bring the leg out, and you notice you're bringing it out to the same side of the leg as before. So when I first got this, I thought, oh crap, they have given me 2 right legs, and it's an issue. This isn't going to transform. That's wrong. It freaks you out for a second, but it's actually correct. You bring this around, bring this leg down. Actually, should this be on top? This one should actually be on top, I think, because when you bring the leg down, you want the gray. Yeah, so this one should be on top, and then bring this one down. Bring the leg out, rotate it down like that, and fold it up like this. Take this piece and rotate it to the side, just the black piece here at the orange. Rotate it like that. This piece. Oh no, you know what? I had it right the first time. Forgot that these also flip. You fold these in. You bring this leg around like this, and then fold it in like this, so the kneecap comes up here, and then that leg is facing the proper way, and then this bladed piece kind of comes up to form the back of his leg here. So there we go. That's right. Rotate this piece around so this is on the top now, and then you do the same thing over here. You rotate the leg around at the knee, right up here at this joint, fold it in, bring the leg down, and now you take these 2 pieces and snap them together like this. So they snap on sideways to form the whole lower abdomen of the dragon. And when you do that, what looked like 2 right legs have now flipped around and reversed, and you've got the 2 proper dragon legs. You push these orange pieces together onto the body here. So that's all locked together. So I think that's just a really ingenious way of forming the dragon body, and really kind of cool. I liked it. And then the sword has a special. It's got three 3 prongs. I'm not entirely sure. You can see there's a metal peg in there. The sword doesn't rotate at all. I don't know if that's just there for strength, to strengthen this thin joint right here, but there is a rod going right up there into the tail. That serves no purpose other than I can see, other than maybe just strengthening this joint. But then the tail goes in, it plugs in right into the end like that. Bring him back around. And again, the wings now on the dragon fold up onto the body like this. Over here, up onto the body like this. And yeah, now he's got his dragon wings here on his lower back. Again, you can fold them up here, but up here they look a little out of place. I mean, I guess you could extend them out like this and have them out here like this as well. Personally, I like to have them folded in a little bit along the body, but you can extend them out. But again, the joint is down here, because if you put it up here, that looks silly on the dragon, which is why I like to put them up there in the robot mode. Just because why put a hinge there if you're not going to use it? But yeah, and here's his dragon mode. It's actually a cool looking dragon. Again, the sword stars. He doesn't have any action features yet in his dragon mode here, aside from the jaw. But again, the Hydra fire heads, now that they're separated, you can attach right here. There's on either side of his neck. There's a post. Attach these so he's got 3 heads. Turn him into a Hydra or Cerberus, whatever. And now he's got these missile firing heads on either side of his main head. And again, they work just like before. You can extend them out, fire the missile, bring the heads back up. Personally, like the missiles, I don't know how often I'll use them. I think the dragon, these Hydra heads, if you don't have them at a 90-degree angle where it looks a little weird, if you just kind of let them extend them a little bit, so they're kind of like a natural neck or a slightly more natural neck. There's some really neat detailing on these heads, and I think they look cool as extra heads. He looks fine without them. You don't have to put them on, but they are pretty cool. Unfortunately, if you don't put them on, there's no place to store them. So they don't connect. They're spaced far enough apart that you can't connect the gearing on them here in dragon mode, but that's okay. Like I said, you can kind of bring them. They do tend to. My only issue is that they do tend to extend further, even at full extension with the dragon head. These kind of stick out further, which almost kind of hides, unless you really lift it up and make sure that you know that that's the main head. It kind of hides his standard dragon head if you have these in proper position. But yeah, very, very cool. I like him a lot. I like him more than I thought I would, just from the initial pictures. There's a bigger version coming out that we saw pictures of a while back that also looks pretty cool. So yeah, we'll see. And again, just to see, he kind of shrinks a little bit, because there he is next to Optimus in dragon mode. Now, the other reason I started here, I'm pretty sure in the cartoon, it's just my gut saying this, but I'm thinking we're going to see him in dragon mode most of, if not all of the time. I just don't know, like, if I don't know if the Predacons on the TV show are going to get robot modes. They might, and maybe that may be something later in the season that could show up. The first time he shows up, he could turn into a robot. I don't know. My gut feeling is that we're probably going to see them as dragons for a while. Although I guess even the Insecticons got robot modes, so we'll see. Either way, I do think that regardless of whether we see a robot mode right off the bat, I do think he's gonna stay in dragon mode most of the time. I think that's going to be his main mode. So we'll see. But there he is, Beast Hunter's Voyager Predaking. Also, a real quick addendum. I thought I might mention this in the other review. Here's the disc from Wheeljack's weapon, and you can see it's kind of a control collar. You can launch it, and it can wrap around. It can become a collar for Predaking, so I'm guessing that it's supposed to be some sort of capture and control collar, maybe even a stun collar of some sort, or a transformation lock or something. But it does fit around Predaking's neck. Just a little addendum. Meant to point it out. There you go.